Yeah. You remember that big bad alpha boy tough guy act? That Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on it. Cutesy time is over! Yo, I Dan had juice on the hill, big chair, big badge, front row seat to the secrets in the deep state bags, where we knew where the bodies were, the names we all buried, then grifted into office and cashed out by February. From trust me, I'll tell you everything to trust me, there's nothing there. Timeline got more retarded than Cash's vacant stare. Tough guy, big fruit, squeezed out by the juice, whole brand built on truth till he was faced with the proof. You had the power, had the access, man, you cashed that in. Swap the legacy for shekels like you Mark Levin. All bark, all brand, all gimmick, all grift, all fake, all gay. Bongino looking all bitch. For my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Crying online like a feminist victim. His friends are all pedos, but he ain't no snitch. For my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Taking no prisoners, but throwing mad fits. We the people can see Dan Bongino is a bitch. Roll the clip, new script, same rage in the mug. Sip fear, dick pills, sell hate as a drug. He was ride or die truth till he stepped into office. Then he found no proof to avoid his own coffin. He had keys to the curtain where the demons sleep. Watch their names get redacted while he counted his sheep. We asked Dan, what changed? You feeling okay? You got flop sweat pouring down your lizard face. And now it's podcast tears, they're coming for me. From a dark money studio on a gated street. I guess Cutesy time is over with one story to tell. The Bongino army waging war for Israel. Boomer block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Crying online like a feminist victim. His friends are all pedos, but he ain't no snitch. Boomer block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Taking no prisoners, but throwing mad fits. We the people can see Dan Bongino is a bitch. And now you're back down here with the plebs, Danny boy. Play it safe behind the mic like a good little boy. But your skin suit is slipping, your whole grift is only noise. And oh my god, your boomer blocking only brings us all joy. But it's okay, Dan, take a seat and we can show you around. You've been gone a whole year, some things are changing in our town. Our current currency is true, so use a broke-ass clown. While Dan and Dave are still kings, while the system is still down. God, I love this show. Dan Smotz and Dave Casey are great. Isn't Dan Bongino is a little bitch? If it Dan Bongino. Hey, bitch, 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 yeah, bitch. Hey, yo, you bitch, man, faking the funk, frontin' and fraudin', just a typical Trump jumper, modern day Joe McCarthy, little finger on the button like a little James Bond. The tail end of the era where you get paid off by the weight of your balls. Wanna talk about a swamp? Let's start with your mouth. Are we the mob? Yeah, you had power and you tacked out. What now? Just another fat clown in the box, loud mouth on the couch, talking about you an outlaw. Not at all, you just an old man with some phones turning red and blacking out and acting out. All in your head, in real life, no one's tapping in, so you just bitch and block them instead. Bitch, 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 bitch. I see you having a bitch fit, bitch, on the internet, cause someone said you was another bitch, like get over it. Bitchin' about getting called a bitch, you can save it, I ain't hearing it, the evidence is very evident. And it would take more effort to pretend you don't exist. So if you could just save it and keep it to yourself. Bitch, 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 bitch,
This is a Dissident Media production. DissidentMedia.net.
In a world where everything sucks, two men have the balls to laugh at it. This is The System is Down.
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Dan Bongino is a bitch. If I made my point clear. Let's talk about it.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is brought to you in almost its entirety by you guys in the Downers Club. People like Aaron, Michael, James, William Ogle, Searcher, Nathan Gall, Keenover, Guild, Kate, John Winshower, Bob Seifert, Drugstore Robots, Autumn, Sean, CD, Zachary, Abrogate, Maxwell, Kimberly, Kimmy Noah, JC, Justico, Joey, Bernard, Adam, Donald, Matt, Osmatez, Danielle, Sean, Level Zero, Stefan, Craig, Ryan, Derek, Tim, Howie, Nathan, Brian, Justin, John, William. If you want to get your name on that list and have it read incorrectly someday, go on over to patreon.com/The System's Down. We'll get episodes of this show with 0 ads, extra episodes, support this thing, and more. I'm working on my taglines because we're not doing the weekly bonus. It's getting really hard. It's getting really hard to get back to. But you'll get it when we have time, and you'll get these when we have time. Even this is hard to do on a regular basis. As you can see, we're here once again on Friday, wrapping up the week as we should. Me, myself, and I, and my bro, Dave Casey. Dave Confetti Casey, how you doing, sir? How's it been? It's been another week.
Oh, confetti ready, bro. Ready to have a complete and total bitch fest.
Mm-hmm. Mom spaghetti. There's been so many things that have happened over the last few weeks, I'm sure, but I haven't been paying attention to most of them. I've been mostly absorbed by three main things, two main things. That's this Venezuela war bullshit and Dan Bongino's just complete and utter crash out. That's been my favorite, just to watch that all go down. But how have you been, Dave? Did you do anything over the last week worth note?
We went to the Philadelphia Art Museum yesterday, toured around, went to the, ran up the steps as our icon Rocky did,
yes.
And then checked out all the priceless works of art.
Yeah.
And that was very exciting too.
That's fun. Yeah. I became better friends with the robots today. If you didn't notice, that first song of the songs I co-wrote with the robots, because it turns out if you tell it what to say, you can have it write up the main idea, and then you can make it much spicier, and you can basically just change everything, and it'll say whatever the fuck you want. So I might start releasing those in the Downers Club if you want to get some of the stuff that I co-wrote with the robots. There's a lot of fun lines in there, and I can give you the lyrics and all that. But Dan Bongino is a bitch is the topic of the day/week, because Dan Bongino has quit his job in his position of authority and power in the White House. But we'll get to that momentarily. Before we do, we have to talk about a few opener icebreakers. Dave, are you familiar with since we're in this, I'm in a kind of an angry gangsta rap mode where I want to just write diss tracks to Dan Bongino all day because I find that fun, and then have the robots rap it way better than I can, and use that. So I'm in gangsta mode. Are you familiar with the ultimate gangsta 6ix9ine, the rapper?
The rainbow colored guy?
Yeah, the dude who went to jail and then snitched on his homies and then got a shorter sentence so he could come out and be a gangsta again in rainbow colors.
I am aware of him, yes.
Yeah, this has to do with nothing. I just thought it was worth a share because this is the level of gangsta that we're dealing with now these days. This is 6ix9ine and his latest beef with he co-wrote a diss track. It's not I don't think it's primarily his song, but Steve Will Dolt, I don't know who that is, but Steve Will Dolt and 6ix9ine wrote this banger of a diss track toward known hip-hop thug icon Mr. Beast.
FaZe, you shot that?
Dressing all
black when I creep. And I'm still making millions when I sleep. You ain't never touch the streets, you a geek. Who the fuck is Mr. Beast? You be sucking off the sheiks, nigga. Dressing all black when I creep. And I'm still making millions when I sleep. You ain't never touch the streets, you a geek. Who the fuck is Mr. Beast? You be sucking off the sheiks, nigga. Everything about you fake, I can see right through it. Everybody scared to say it, I guess we will do it.
Any thoughts so far, Dave? Fuck Mr. Beast. Fuck Mr. Rogers. Fuck Barney the dinosaur. And fuck Charlie Brown. Like, that's what this feels like to me. What are we doing, guys?
I will always look for a way to tie it into the greater picture. So today that's Dan Bongino, and it's very reminiscent of the way that Dan Bongino, after leaving his Fed habitation, right? Mm-hmm. You can't go after the big dogs, so you have to pick smaller. You know, in his case, he's going after podcasters now. This guy's going after like children's content. Fucking Mr. Beast. It's pretty awesome. Terrible song, but you know, good strategy probably.
Yeah, I don't really have anything much else to say, and I'm not going to punish everyone. I just thought it was worth a share that 6ix9ine, well-known thug who snitched on his homies, got out of jail so that he could write. He co-wrote a song with Nicki Minaj right before Nicki Minaj went all TPUSA, and he also is coming at Mr. Beast now. So the turf wars are heating up out there in hip hop thug land. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of gangstas, let's talk about Candace Owens for a second. Let's see. Let me pull up my notes here. This is. Did you see the stuff between her and, between Ben Shapiro and her, that Ben Shapiro or the Daily Wire started this last week, Dave, with the account? It's really something. So Candace Owens pointed out that, Candace Owens' old account that she had under the Daily Wire still owns the rights in that property of that account that they made for her. So they can do with that whatever they want. And they started putting out some weird, shady stuff. They released like the Candace Owens, the original trailer that they made for her when she first joined the Daily Wire, where she's all looking badass and everything. And it's like they're just teasing, like trolling, like some launch of something. It seems like they're planning something. Here's that trailer. We'll go ahead and watch a bit of that that they put out. Just
are we good, guys? Are we rolling?
And they put the. They put the previously aired 3/9/2021, so this wasn't like an accidental re-up or anything. This was them planning something. We're going to find out what that was.
Are we good, guys? Are we rolling? In this age of propaganda, and the media has done a really good job of creating a caricature of Candace Owens.
It's kind of ironic that they're using this to troll Candace Owens, because she's like, yeah, everybody was like shitting on me and trying to control what I do. Meanwhile, that's literally what the Daily Wire is doing with this, is trying to control what Candace Owens is doing.
Different about Candace at the Daily Wire. The timing right now is really crucial to stand up on a platform and to say, I'm here, I'm a conservative, I'm not apologizing.
She's real, she's honest, she's uncancelable. Just, I don't know, like, read the room, guys. Like, she is real, she is honest, she is uncancelable, and you can keep trying to cancel her, but it's weird to use, they propped her up as this uncancelable figure that is just a badass, and now to troll her, they're like, you're uncancelable and you're a badass, now we're going to try and cancel you. It's really weird and desperate flailing. So there was a bunch of people questioning like what this was, what the plan was here, and Candace Owens addressed it before the Daily Wire. She scooped the story because she had heard through the grapevine that they had something planned, and she was like, I'll let you know what it is because you guys are being assholes. I'll just foil your plans. So I thought this was quite fun.
The Daily Wire had brought back my old YouTube channel, and as you could see, they premiered an old trailer from when I was joining the Daily Wire. Clearly, they're trying to get attention for something. And I can tell you what that something is. I love scooping people when they're just being weird. In a normal world, your employer, if they fire you, that should be the last you hear of them. I said, I genuinely feel like when you break up with someone and you have a crazy ex, that was how it felt like being fired from the Daily Wire. And I truly am not trying to be dramatic here. It felt like a crazy ex-stalker. Like, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. It turns out the reason they're doing this and doing it on my channel is because they are trying to hard launch a young woman named Madison Bransford. Okay. Now she's apparently an intern at the Daily Wire, and they're basically dropping like an iCarly type Nickelodeon feel show where she's gonna make fun of me, and the show is entitled "In the No-No" because apparently they watch every second of my show, which they've been doing for a very long time. And so now, because they still can't let me go, and since Ben is now on stage bringing me up and saying, we don't know, but we know, like it's giving crazy ex-stalker. They're now launching a show with this girl. I'm sure she's a lovely human being. It's basically like they tried to find someone that's similar to Brett, but it's not at all because it's not mature. And she's just going to make fun of this show. So that's what the Daily Wire has in store. I'm sorry to have scooped you on this new brilliant idea to hard launch something on my socials of somebody making fun of me. I'm sure you thought that was going to get some like huge applaud. It's weird. It makes me uncomfortable, if I'm being frank. I'd like you guys to move on. I understand now. You're never going to stop. This is just what we are. You're forever going to obsess about everything that I'm doing. I think it's a bad idea. I would kill it if I were you guys, but I see that you've already made a significant investment. And I hope it works out. I hope a person dedicated to making fun of me in the know, I hope it works out for young Maddie.
So badass. It's and Mike, like, do you remember when the Daily Wire was like? There was a point where I joined the Daily Wire's group because they were like working on making movies. They were making Matt Walsh's documentaries, which are great documentaries. Let's be fair here. But they had plans for other like movies. They were going to be like the conservative Hollywood. They were going to be taking over, making movies, making shows and everything. And they've put out like 3 pieces of property and they've all flopped. And now they're down to the point where it's like, what can we do? We can attack our old friend who we employed. We can do that for a show, and we can hire just some dumb young white chick to make fun of Candace Owens. Make fun of one of the top podcasters in the world right now. Like some nobody that nobody's ever heard of is going to go on the Daily Wire to make fun of somebody who's bigger than not just her, but the entirety of the Daily Wire right now. Yeah, I know her numbers dipped for a second while she took a holiday. You guys are really sticking to that one, calling it a win, but she's back now, and I have a feeling her last couple episodes are going to bump her right back up above little Ben Shapiro, because Ben Shapiro is clearly creatively bankrupt and morally bankrupt. And what do you think about this, Dave? Is it as creepy as she's making it out to be, that they're making a show, putting it on her channel to simply to mock her?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely creepy. And I feel for her. If I were her, I would totally agree. But personally, I am taking so much joy in this, bro. As somebody who has said for probably a decade that the Daily Wire is pure foreign state sponsored propaganda to discredit anti-war movements and liberty-minded voices, and it always has, and it always will be. Mm-hmm. Period. So I love
completely vindicated, Dave. Completely vindicated.
Thank you. I think that this is, and I'm not the only one saying it now. So I'm really enjoying the moment. I love to see Ben Shapiro losing followers, putting big stupid billboards up, making them all look like fucking retards like they are, making them look like a shell company that's only in existence because of Netanyahu bucks. Mm-hmm. It's awesome, dude. So God bless her.
It does make our job here a lot easier. I mean, it gives us a lot to talk about. I would rather be talking about more important things than Ben Shapiro's crash out and Dan Bongino's crash out, but it is fun. It's still fun. It's good TV. Speaking of good TV, continuing on that, the Daily Wire put out on Candace Owens' page after they were called out, and this might be like a part of the first episode they did. I don't know. I haven't dug that deeply into this. I've seen a clip of the show. I don't even think I have that pulled up here, but it's really cringe. It's about as cringe as you expect it to be. It is seemingly an iCarly for making fun of Candace Owens from Candace Owens' former employer. But Candace Owens' former employer put this out, saying that, in their way of saying that Candace Owens is obsessed with the Daily Wire. Remember, they put this out on Candace Owens' old account, saying that she's obsessed with them. Here we go.
That I genuinely feel like when you break up with someone and you have a crazy ex, that was how it felt like being fired from the Daily Wire. Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, from the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, Andrew Clavin, my crazy ex-boyfriend, Andrew Clavin. The Daily Wire, at the Daily Wire. He does some stuff, the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, at the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, and from the Daily Wire, and the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, from the Daily Wire, take the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, Dave Smith. The answer to this question might get you kicked off the Daily Wire. I had to laugh at that. That's really funny. The Daily Wire, and the Daily Wire. My psycho ex-boyfriend, Daily Wire, Daily Wire, Daily Wire, Reagan Conrad, Jeremy Boring, the Daily Wire, Daily Wire, Daily Wire, Daily Wire with the Daily Wire, and the Daily Wire, Daily Wire. Brett Cooper out at the Daily Wire, Daily Wire, the 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 Daily Wire, Daily Wire. Sign up for the Daily Wire. After I got fired from the Daily Wire, we're like, she's done, she's toast. The Daily Wire, the Daily Wire, the Daily Wire. Ben Shapiro, fuck you and the midget horse that you rode in on.
I was like, why are you so obsessed with me?
So that's their response, their attempt at saying that Candace Owens is obsessed with them. And that might, to a simple-minded individual, that might look like Candace Owens is indeed obsessed with her former employer, the Daily Wire. Or it could be that Candace Owens keeps bringing up the Daily Wire because the Daily Wire keeps bringing up Candace Owens to the point that they're making shows on Candace Owens' old account to talk about Candace Owens, and the Daily Wire went through all of Candace Owens' shit to find every single time she said the Daily Wire. That's the obsession. Like, Candace Owens isn't going through finding every single time Ben Shapiro said Candace Owens and then making videos about that. Like, that's obsessive behavior right there. If you're spending your time or paying one of your your slave interns to spend their time going through to find every time your name was mentioned by Candace Owens, that's your obsession, not hers. And then posting it on her account in an attempt to say that she's obsessed with you is just complete inversion bullshittery. And you can make connections if you want to, but it's just really shady, sneaky behavior. Any thoughts, Dave?
Just to connect what I just said about the Daily Wire being state-sponsored propaganda, this is like, I know, she's talking about us, we're talking about her, blah, 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 blah. No, it's like, it would be like the government pointing out, like picking a fight with an individual. I know she's got a small staff or whatever, but the Daily Wire essentially has all the resources in the world. They got all the money, supposed to be, the biggest name or whatever in conservative podcasting and that shit. So you shouldn't have to. That's another tell. Like for years they wouldn't even say Nick Fuentes' name. Right. People that want to talk about Dave Smith but don't want to say Dave Smith go, oh, this comedian, right? Yeah. So if they didn't have to fucking reanimate her old show to make fun of her, this is obviously a discrediting propaganda. They have to do it because she's so powerful. I'm sure they don't even want to mention her name, but they're left with no other choice to be so transparently pathetic that's what they're left with. It's just so pathetic and sad.
Yeah, there was also, Candace Owens talks about, there was an individual who reached out to Candace Owens telling her, I don't remember the gal's name, but Candace mentioned it in a recent episode, and now her Instagram is blowing up because this other female influencer type, I think she's like a graphic designer or something, but she's involved to some degree in the influencer space newly, and she reached out to Candace to let Candace know that she was contacted by the Daily Wire and offered the spot to run this show, and they were sending around basically an AI generated video of what they were looking for, where I wish I had that clip pulled up because it's great. It's just like an AI white woman teenager who's like, Candace Owens said this about bees. And then it shows like a Candace clip and then it cuts back. So this was like what Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire were sending around as the sample for this is what we need you to do if you're going to come work for us. This individual responded, was like, hey, like respectfully, that doesn't seem like what I'm going for with my brand. That doesn't really seem like the best use of my skills to just be a mouthpiece for trashing Candace Owens on Candace Owens' channel. And their response was, well, she said, we would love to, I would love to work with you in the future. So she wasn't like an anti-Daily Wire person or anything. She would have loved to have gotten a job there. But she was like, even for me as a simp, this doesn't look good. And I can't imagine how dumb does the teenage girl have to be like, yeah, I'm going to stake my entire career on this, like going into the Lion's Den, trashing one of the biggest podcasters who's just a firebrand herself and will probably make me look like a complete and utter fool. It's crazy. But apparently this one individual reached out to Candace, let her know they're sending this around, sent her the tape. It's really cringy, AI, whatever. And then she pieced out, and they were just like, okay, well, no, you're not our person then. Like we're not looking for a human. We're not looking for a soul or a character. Well, I guess character maybe, but we're not looking for an actual independent human with human thoughts to share those thoughts on our channel. We're looking for somebody to shut the fuck up, read the script, and be the AI robot we created you to be. And it's really, it's not just cringe. It is kind of creepy, even outside of the stalker stuff. It's creepy that the Daily Wire has even sunk to this level where they're just like, we have nothing better to do with our time. Like, we can't point out the problems in the world because all the problems are Israel and the shit that we're currently sporting. So all we can do is focus all of our guns on Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens to the extent that we're making shows about them now. Any thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, man. Again, that's just, we shouldn't be surprised. State-sponsored propaganda, everything. But they're just creating people in order to make propaganda. You might as well be Stephen Colbert.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. That's so, they position themselves or would love to be seen as like, the answer to the corporate press. It's like, no, dude, you are fucking corporate press flavored, podcast. It's so terrible. Everybody needs to everybody. I know that he got 30,000 unsubscribes. We need 100,000, 1 million. I don't know. Just bury that company.
Yep. It's tragic because, I mean, yeah, I never agreed with him fully on everything, but there was a time at least when they were pushing for, we need more free speech. We need to get rid of this, this woke bullshit where everybody's a racist, everybody's a Nazi, blah, blah, blah. And now their entire brand now is like, hey, Nazi, fuck you. Everyone's a Nazi that disagrees with me. So it's fun to watch them completely about face, and I would imagine fizzle out any day now. But
really quick before we go on, I think that's one of the things that not just the Daily Wire, but like psyops like that. They have a period where they come in, they're introduced, and they have to earn trust. So like that whole 2016 or 17 college campus trans stuff was like it was just fertile ground for those guys to come in, dominate, say things that aren't typically, you wouldn't think, controversial. Men are men, women are women. Yeah. Like you can just okay, make your entire brand off that. But they bring
yes
all the people
yes
in.
Is yes and no is no. Woo, you said the thing.
Right. Other people are saying that too, but they have all the Netanyahu bucks to make sure that they're the voice for the sane, conservative. Like it's just, and then 10 years later, they go, guys, don't you think that we should be like going into Iran and managing Venezuela?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, there's a great episode of Candace since she returned. It was either yesterday or the day before, I think, but she talks a lot about the evangelical movement at Liberty University in particular and their ties to the Kirk Foundations, the TPUSAs, and she talks a lot about how the TPUSA brand, when she was a part of it, it went from being just conservative politics, like talking about capitalism and whatnot, and then started becoming this thing that's all about faith. And there's TPUSA Faith, and where money came from to kick off and launch TPUSA Evangelical Judeo-Christian Faith brands and whatnot. So go check out those episodes of hers, because there's a lot there to unpack, and I recommend it. Now, something else happened right after we got off the air last week, Dave. we were talking about like predictions for the upcoming year, and we were like, oh, we're gonna have worse war in Gaza and Iran and wherever else. And then I don't even think we mentioned Venezuela last week. We've mentioned Venezuela in the past in predictions with that, but last week it seemed like not a whole lot was going on there. And then like the next day or 2 days later, we just fucking went in and kidnapped the Venezuelan president and his wife and bombed a few places. And then overnight we went from, a whole lot of anti-interventionists are now very much interventionists because it was so easy, because we did it so quickly, mission accomplished and whatnot, and we got the oil. We weren't there to get the oil, but we got the oil. But they owed us the oil. They stole the oil, but we weren't there for oil. But we got the oil. Trust us, we got the oil. And I mean, there's drugs. That was a reason. There's communism in general and murdering civilians or something. Like, just every reason that you can think of. If one reason isn't good enough, they'll give you another reason as to why it is absolutely correct and not an act of war for us to kidnap a president of a sovereign nation and bomb the shit out of them. And still, I would say, still not have a super clear-cut reason as to why we did that, or why we didn't need congressional approval to steal a president, or what the plan is. But I guess we're going to run Venezuela according to Trump, and we've got that figured out because we're running our country so well. Why not just steal another country? I don't know. I'm sure you have some thoughts on this, Dave. What are they?
My big overarching thought, bro, is that the overarching theme of the Trump phenomena is that he allows the empire to wear its imperialism on its sleeve. So the policies are the same. We're still in the war on terror. This is still the Bush doctrine. We're still following that due north that we have been since, I'm saying 2001, but probably well before that. Mm-hmm. But he's convinced you, not just him, but like this whole MAGA campaign, he's convinced you that, oh, no. Marco Rubio is awesome now. Right. Lindsey Graham, awesome now.
Super straight.
By the way, yeah. Oh, that whole time that everybody knew that we went to Iraq to get the oil and we had to like be coy about it, he now allows you to go, we want the fucking oil.
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference. They're not going to change policy. They're not going to course correct on the empire. They're just going to figure out a way to get people on board with it. And that's what they've done.
Yeah. You can just say the quiet part out loud. And it's funny because like there was a time when we praised him for saying the quiet part out loud, like even talking about the oil. He was like, yeah, we went in there and we got the oil. Like, obviously. And everybody's like, you can't just say that out loud. But there were some of us who were like, good on you for like being honest about it back then, about what happened. That doesn't make it a justification for what you're going to do. Like, just because we did it for the oil doesn't make that, and just because we all know that now and we say it out loud doesn't mean that's justification for stealing a president. Just there's something just so fucking crazy. Yes, it was quite, I will give him this, quite a magnificent feat. So magnificent that some might even say it was staged or planned or something, or there were some insiders involved. But quite a magnificent feat of our military, if, in fact, we, in the dead of night, just, like, barely firing a shot, firing a few shots, blowing up a few buildings or whatever we did, stole a president and his wife, and then just brought him home, and we're like, yep, we're just going to prosecute him now because we're the world police. If that is the case, then that is impressive. We have an impressive military that does a lot of terrible, terrible things. So just because it's impressive doesn't make it any less an act of war or any less terrible. But I've seen a lot of libertarians even trying to justify this, or whatever, libertarian associated people trying to justify this war. Do you think there is justification for this, Dave? Since it was so easy, and since they owed us oil or whatever the fuck, or since they have cocaine or fentanyl or who knows, is there justification for this?
I know, bro. I'm old school, and at the risk of sounding like a lulbert, no, you don't have the right to go somewhere and steal natural resources from another country or person or government. You don't have the right to fucking steal shit that's not yours. Like, I don't know how clear I could be about that. But if you're if you're operating from, well, we're America and this is our hemisphere and we need that. Hashtag America first. Hashtag Exxon is America. Well, that's our oil, and that guy is a drug dealer. So fuck you. We're gonna steal our oil back. You could get there, I guess. I guess. But I don't know. Not for me. No.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we can get into the weeds and the gray areas of the libertarian nuance or whatever. I don't really give a shit because it doesn't change what is currently happening, which is we're just taking over countries. That's what we're doing.
Now,
we're taking over countries.
Here's the best one you could get. It looks like they made a really great deal and that probably 60% or greater percentage of the Venezuelan government is on the CIA payroll. So could you make the argument that you went in there non-violently and negotiated that guy away? Like, it was pretty bloodless. You just kind of came in and like took that guy. Oh yeah, sorry, listen, you violated some of our laws, gun laws, drug laws, and it's our world. It's our hemisphere at least. Yeah. So fuck you. Like, you're going to an American jail.
Yeah, I mean, the gun laws even is we're talking about like automatic guns. That's what, like, not nukes, not weapons of mass destruction. I mean, unless you consider fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction, but
they do. They do.
I know. But like even the guns, it's like Waco. We're talking Waco level guns, not like Israel level guns or what they claim Iran has level guns. We're talking Waco level guns, and we're like, well, I understand that you need a whole lot of justifications that you can keep the confusion going, and if you scattershot enough reasons for this thing, there will be something that everyone can enjoy about overtaking Venezuela. There will be something, hopefully, that everyone can glom onto and be like, well, yeah, it will be nice to have cheaper oil. That's Tim Pool's stance now. It's free oil because we did this. Like, milk toast fence sitter anti-war Tim is now like, free oil, y'all. Which it's not going to happen anyway. We're not going to get free oil.
I love the people who think that the tariffs are going to come back to them. They're going to save money, or they're going to get a rebate on the oil from Venezuela. You fucking retard. Now, of course, Tim doesn't really believe that. He went to that meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu too, and then got busted in that too. He's a $7,000 enjoyer, but that's just, it's just so sad.
Yeah, it's quite sad. And I've seen, I don't know, quite a few people going that route too. Like, just all of a sudden, they found the thing. The scattershot worked. That's giving them benefit of the doubt. Most likely, a lot of them were paid off to have these incredible opinions that contradict their former opinions of yesteryear. But who knows? I just personally find it. Maybe this is just old-fashioned, but I find it an act of war to steal the president of another country. And there's been so many people who are like, I've even gotten the arguments of, it's not war because we didn't declare it. I know you didn't declare. That's half the problem, is that we didn't declare it. We're just fucking doing it. Like, if we're declaring it, then it's going through Congress and we're declaring war, and we're like, all right, the threats have been made. You've made your terms, we've made ours, and we're going to war. Okay, fine. But to use it as justification, well, we didn't declare it, so it's fine to go to war without declaring it because we didn't say it out loud, so it doesn't count. Like, well, no, you bombed a country and stole their president, and if any country did that, no matter how easy it was, if hypothetically, say, Israel decided to take out Donald Trump, and they did it easily, which I think they probably could, because they have enough insiders to do so, but if they decided to just steal our president and it only took a couple hours, we'd be like, welcome our new leaders, Israel. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu, because there's a lot of people in our country who would praise the toppling of a Donald Trump statue, who would praise the tearing down of a Donald Trump banner or something, just like we're seeing these videos out of Venezuela. Yes, there's a lot of people that didn't like this guy. I'm sure he was a bad dude. Donald Trump's not a great dude either, and there's a lot of people who have a lot of very justified reasons to dislike him. And if I saw videos, if I lived in, let's say, Israel, in this scenario, and I saw the videos coming out of America, the propaganda videos saying, yeah, fuck Donald Trump, we already have that. So yeah, it makes sense that there would be many people praising. That doesn't make our actions as a nation justified to just be like, for whatever reason, we don't like what you're doing, sir, and we're going to take you. I think that I just have a feeling the mission is not accomplished. There might be just a tiny bit of backlash for stealing and taking over a country. It's been known to happen in history, but I'm no history buff, so what do I know?
Yeah, but you know who is, bro? Ron fucking Paul, and the CIA has something called blowback, and it's like, and yeah, that's what happens. Like, and as you noted, right now in America, you could get hundreds of thousands of people in the street cheering if either the Democratic or Republican president were ousted in a coup.
Yeah.
In any scenario,
there were people cheering when the president got shot in the face and saying that they wished he had gone for that. They were sad that he missed. Like, there were already people praising this happening. So it proves nothing other than people are gross.
We're primed for it. And I think, yeah, again, you hit it on the head. This is kind of giving a signal to the rest of the world that this is this is the Trump doctrine. If I see something I like, I'm going to take it. Mm-hmm. Sorry. That's just the way it is. And I think it signals to, Netanyahu and other people that like that's your hemisphere. We're going to do our thing over here. Look out, Cuba, Greenland, Mexico. Dude, like this, as Scott Horton brilliantly says, he might have been taking it from somebody else, but terrorism is the price we pay for empire.
Yep.
I think some neocon might have said that and was just like, okay with it. But that's the fact. They're going to build more empire. It's going to cause, a little stir up here or there, and some people might die. Don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yep.
Can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
Absolutely. Just keep trusting the plan. Trust that plan. It's so like that was the phrase that was used during QAnon, trust the plan, and we were all like, yeah, we wanted to trust the plan. We still would love to trust the plan if the plan proved to have any sort of bearing, but it was always trust the plan, and then when it didn't happen the way they said, then it was forward EHS, and he's got a different plan, so keep trusting the plan. And we spent 12 years of a whole lot of right-wing boomers like Dan Bongino's crowd. I'm sure a lot of them have crossover with the QAnon crowd of trusting the plan, and then the plan has come, the plan has gone, and the 40 chess is now 2,000 D chess, or I don't know, maybe 6 million D chess, just a random number, but seems a little high. But now we have the U.S. Department of Labor literally posting "Trust the plan" today on their social media, like, or not today, I guess this was yesterday, but trust the plan is where we're at. Like, they're not. It was probably a psychological operation, the whole QAnon thing, to get people to remain docile and put their guns down and trust the plan, and it worked, whether it was a psyop or not. But whether it was or not, we now have the administration being like, hey, we've got nothing. Just shut up. Trust the plan. Please stop asking questions. Just trust the plan. And I've had this on the notes list. I don't think I've played it on the show yet, and I think it's worth a share. It's a very sad share, but this is Roseanne's latest message on trusting the plan.
I just want to reassure everybody out there that even though it don't look much like it, things are turning so good. I'm going to explain more when I can condense it into brief sentences.
These sentences are pretty brief.
Things are so good. They're getting so good. Everything's starting to go right and work the right way with no devil ozone. The devil ozone is being removed up there in the penthouse of thought. You're going to see things get real good real quick. Now you just hang on there. You're going to be fine. Just hang on.
That's the white pill I'm looking for. A few more. Oh, I guess it just stops. Okay. Just a few more days. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. I got to get my sentences figured out. Otherwise, I would tell you more information. But trust me. Trust me. This sounds like Dan Bongino when he was the FBI director. Just trust me. Trust me, bro. Any day now, you're going to get everything. It's going to be great. I can't tell you how good things are doing. I literally don't have the physical ability to tell you how good things really are right now. And if you don't see it, you're an idiot. Just trust me. It's crazy. That video of Roseanne, God bless her, love Roseanne, but it feels like when Ellen Page transitioned to Elliot Page and they asked her about joy. And she's like, I look in the mirror and
everything's great.
I just
awesome.
have so much joy. It's like, yeah, everything is awesome. Everything is fine because I have to say that right now for whatever fucking reason. Roseanne's been a great voice speaking truth to power many times in the past on many topics and issues. You know, Ben Shapiro has too on certain issues. But when it comes down to certain issues, everything's fine and you're crazy if you think it's not.
Bro, it was not too long ago. I even clipped it because I thought it was so good. It was probably like 2 years into the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And Roseanne was on Piers Morgan's show. And Piers Morgan was the pro-war douchebag and calling her, hey, maybe she's flirting with anti-Semitism because she's has legitimate critiques of Vladimir Brzezinski. Am I saying that right? What's his last name? Zelensky, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, oh, he's like, oh, but he's Jewish. He can't be a Nazi. She goes, all Jews aren't the same. You can't paint people with a brush like that. It was badass. Like coming from a Jew, I was like, all right, she's spitting that shit. As soon as it became the Holy Land War, immediate flip. By the way, flip with Piers Morgan too. Now you'll catch them on opposite sides of the war argument at least. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. Seeing that video, I probably promoted Roseanne a little bit, even though I probably she's crazy, but
yeah,
it's good entertainment.
She's
whatever.
a boomer comedian, whatever.
Right.
But
Soft
maybe
spot
just
in my
shut
heart
up
for the
if you
TV
don't.
show.
If you clearly don't have anything to say, which you don't, other than it's good. Trust me, bro. Then don't say anything at all. Which you're going to find out soon, in just a moment, is similar to my feelings for Dan Bongino. Just if you can't say what you know, or if you're refusing to say what is obviously right in front of your fucking face, then shut the fuck up. It's fine.
Or
stop telling me it's good.
If it's not important enough for you to get up, like sit up or stand up and get out of bed, like you look like a pillhead. Just get the fuck up. Doesn't her son make her material? Like, bro, take care of your mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just prop her up. Get her something. Get her one of those elevated beds where they raise up the back for you, at least, so she's upright and looks like she's coherent when she's spitting that fire truth. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we haven't read ads in a long time, though. So in the style of Ben Shapiro, we're going to do that right now. If you work for Ben Shapiro, if you are Ben Shapiro's new little bitch girl who has been put in her position of power to take a lashing herself, and you are shitting your pants, coming to that realization as you see the interactions on the internet, the reviews and responses to your new career, and you need a new pair of underwear, go to sheathunderwear. All that, and I still don't have the thing right. All right, go to sheathunderwear.com, my friends. Do yourselves a favor and elevate your daily comfort with Sheath Underwear. The innovative dual pouch design provides unparalleled support and separation, ensuring each part of you has the space it deserves.
That's right. Experience the sophistication of a design that respects your anatomy. The moisture-wicking technology sets a new standard in comfort. The advanced system not only keeps you cool, but prevents chafing and crotch rot, and makes every moment feel effortless.
That's right, Dave. We don't want crotch rot, so go to sheathunderwear.com and use promo code SYSTEM at checkout. Experience the perfect blend of comfort and functionality with Sheath. Again, that's sheathunderwear.com. Use promo code SYSTEM. And if you are having trouble elevating your mind beyond the Zionist bullshit that Ben Shapiro has been feeding you for the last 6,000 years, go to Mycadelics. Connect with nature's wisdom through Mycadelics. Mushroom Grow Bags by Tyson 2.0 and Shroom. Now you can cultivate your own sacred mushrooms at home.
Yeah, these all-in-one kits guide you on a transformative journey. Just add your liquid culture, witness the miracle of growth. These advanced filter technology preserves purity, allowing multiple harvests in only 4 to 6 weeks.
So go to advancedmyco.com and use promo code SYSTEM to save $5 at checkout. Embrace mindfulness and spiritual nourishment. Begin your mushroom journey with Mycadelic grow bags today.
That's right. Must be 21 or older. May experience psychedelic effects.
And finally, Perfect Spiral. Tired of the corporate banking cartel and state-rigged markets stealing your wealth? Are you tired of us stealing your wealth? Then break free from us with Perfect Spiral Capital. They'll help you build riches on your terms. Outside their grip, our grip. Sorry.
That's right. Don't be a Bongino. Invest like a dissident, right? Ditch the system. Own your future. No handouts, no bailouts, just real results.
The system is rigged, and inflation's eating your savings. Opt out now and stack real assets with Perfect Spiral. Build wealth that lasts.
Perfect Spiral Capital. No bullshit, no red flags, just smart strategies for serious people who crave freedom and financial sovereignty.
Join the rebellion now at perfectspiralcapital.com/system. All right. You guys have been waiting for it. Dan Bongino time. We're going to talk about Dan Bongino. But first, here's one more ad.
The great William Shakespeare once said, "First thing we do, let's kill all the lawyers." That's right. It is common knowledge that literally no one in the known universe actually likes lawyers. That is, until they're saving your ass. Max the Axe at Lone Star Injury Attorneys is a professional ass saver. A rare breed, though he be a lawyer, he is indeed a principled libertarian, a defender of the injured and downtrodden, a supportive, faithful Downers Club member, my personal favorite, and a shockingly kind and hospitable fellow at an award-winning personal injury law firm. So if you've been injured on the job in an automobile accident or some other form of cattywampus beyond your personal control, visit LoneStarInjuryAttorneys.com or just Google Max the Axe for maximum results. Consultations are free and you don't pay a single dime unless you win. Go with the pros at LoneStarInjuryAttorneys.com and get your ass covered.
And we are back with more. And one more thing to wrap up. Leading into Dan Bongino, I thought this was worth a share. Donald Trump had this to say this last week. Just one more desperate cry for help. Here's Donald Trump.
Got to win the midterms, because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be. I mean, they'll find a reason to impeach me. Got to win the midterms.
Boo! Fuck you! Fucking who? Who gives a shit? After all that we've been through, Donald Trump, after all Dave and I have done to keep your sorry ass from getting impeached. I know it's just ranting on the internet like Dan Bongino. But after all we've said, all the defense, all the, even when we weren't Trump supporters, all the impeachments, we were like, oh, this is stupid. Obviously, that's stupid. That Russiagate's fake. That's a hoax. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. The impeachments, it was all bullshit. And now we're like, at least I'm like, yep, you should have been impeached. Yep, by now, even in the first year, you should have been impeached for real, though, this time. It's almost like the Democrats were a part of it the whole time, and they played this guy up as the big baddie that they were definitely going to impeach, they were going to arrest him, they were going to this, that, and then nothing came of it. Not only did nothing come of it, but it strengthened him. It swayed a lot of people to be like, oh, this guy must be an underdog. He must be, worth throwing our hat in the ring behind, because if the system hates him that much, then he must be a real danger to them. And then he gets in there and nobody's interested in impeaching him anymore. Like, they want to impeach him for scratching his ear weird because he has a health condition before, but now it's like, you stole the Venezuelan president and none of the Democrats are calling for impeachment anymore. They're all just like, yeah, you're good. You're supporting Israel. You're keeping the war machine going. You're paying off all of our donors. So we're good. Whether it was entirely scripted, which I think it was, and he was set up to be this character who you can't, even if you say impeach him now, it's like calling anti-Semitism. It works about the same. If you say impeach Donald Trump, we've heard that for the last 10 years from the Democrats, and we've impeached him twice, and nothing happened with it. Yeah, I know. Those were all stupid. But now it's real, and you should be fucking impeaching him, and nobody has any interest at all in impeaching him. And Donald Trump's like, well, if I don't win the midterms, they're going to impeach me. And I'm like, no, they won't, and I'm fucking pissed that they're not going to. As a guy who said it was all stupid before, I wish they would somebody would man up and impeach this motherfucker. Any thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, this reminds me that am back to my default position of just absolutely hating the state. I really don't have much favor towards either side. Just like the whole thing, I hate them so much. As Trump and the Republicans, conservatives are just the worst with the Judeo-Christian Zio bullshit, with the Venezuela bullshit, with the Epstein stuff. You're just failing at every front. All the Democrats have to do is do just anything, and you could just like drop a concussive blow. And what do? Like, oh, bro, they just stole the fucking Venezuelan president. What are you guys going to do? We're going to have a candlelight January 6th vigil and sing God Bless America. You all can eat my ass. I hate you so much. You all deserve to burn. I have no favors for any of you.
I totally missed January 6th. So like I wasn't even paying attention on January 6th, so I didn't see all the. I'm sure there was a whole lot of pageantry about the 9/11.0 that was January 6th on January 6th, but yeah, you're right. Like, and that's the thing. It's made up to be such a dichotomy. Like, these are two polar opposing sides, but you watch them now just flip on a dime. If the other side supports one thing, they will oppose it. If that side changes their mind on supporting that one thing, then suddenly they're for it. Nobody cared about, the Republicans, boomers, when they're like, oh, you didn't care, or the leftists didn't care about Epstein when Biden was president. Correct. That's correct. Yes, I had a problem with that. And now your guy's president, and I have a problem with him being just as useless as Joe Biden's shriveled elderly corpse was at releasing the Epstein files, or Dan Bongino, which we should probably go ahead and get into Dan Bongino. That seems like a good place to do so. Flashback, Dan Bongino, if you haven't seen it 1,000 times on the internet by now, flashback just two and a half years, Dan Bongino, before getting into office, talking about the Epstein files. Here's where he sat on that position that is so controversial, that Democrat hoax.
Listen, that Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on this. Catherine Rumler, we need to keep the heat on this case, folks. There are a lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton, all intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it. Outside of a few entrepreneurial media outlets saying, hey, this is a big deal.
He killed himself.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So, continuing with the flashbacks of Dan Bongino, I have one more clip before we get to the now. Here is Dan Bongino on the Timcast, back when either of these dudes were like reputable sources for information. You could turn to them, maybe not for all agreement or for fully based takes or edgy content or anything, but you could turn to them to at least kind of find out what's going on in the world. And now that all this stuff is the talk point, the main topic is the Charlie Kirk stuff, the Israel stuff, like all of these edgy, touchy talk points that point in certain directions. Suddenly Dan Bongino and Tim Pool have very little to say. But here's a flashback to what they were talking about back then.
After that, I'm in a green room at Fox, and I'm not going to say who because they didn't give me permission to share it, but the short story, but not who they are. It says, Epstein's an intelligence asset for people in the Middle East, right? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I'm like, you sure of that? The person, let's say, is like, I'm absolutely sure of that he's either a witting or unwitting asset, intelligence asset, meaning his plane and that island, the cameras, there's a big assumption out there that these videotapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein. That's a huge mistake. The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him. No, he wasn't the only one who had him, according to this source. These assets, that's why this blackmail story makes so much sense. Which Middle Eastern countries they are, I don't know. But this person, who is a very, very good reporter,
no way of telling.
Aces, right? Swore Epstein was either a witting or unwitting intelligence asset, and they may have had his plane wired up, and they're the ones who have all this stuff. So the point is, to sum it up, How do you know some of these countries aren't going to some of these power players who aren't making decisions? Because, hey, you wouldn't want this video out there, right? How do you know?
100%.
Everybody thought that way. Dan Bongino thought that way. Tim thought that way. Everybody on the panel, I'm sure, agreed with him at that point that, yeah, this is a big fucking deal, and you shouldn't take your eye off this. Yeah, I mean, setting aside the fact that Dan Bongino was unwilling to say Israel, even though I'm sure he knew even better than we know about the ties that Israel definitely obviously has to the Epstein files. But still, like, whatever, beating around the bush when you're a talking head on the internet because you don't want to get whatever flack from certain, like, I've certainly done that at times when YouTube and Twitter are cracking down on certain things that you can and can't say, COVID and whatnot. I have beat around the bush on certain things and given code words. Maybe that's what he's doing, giving him benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was just like, I can't say this on Tim's show, but I don't know. There's no way of knowing who the Middle Eastern countries that had what is it, like intelligence operations tied to the Epstein stuff. That was the Dan Bongino going in. That was the reason why, even though I don't think you weren't a regular Dan Bongino army supporter, were you, Dave? No, me neither. So, like, at the time, we weren't like supporters, but I feel like we both applauded because, yeah, for all of his faults, for any like whatever neocon views or rah cop views that he had in the past. Okay, well, you're a fellow traveler when it comes to this Epstein stuff, clearly. So when you become the FBI director, we applaud and we say, fuck yeah, that guy really cared about that thing that we care a lot about. So get your ass in there and do anything that you can do to give us anything that you can. And he gave us, if you recall, he gave us this.
Cash is not kidding. We've been personally briefed extensively on every single detail, nugget, tendril of this case. One is actively in court right now, so out of respect for the case, it's probably more appropriate that I stay quiet on that. However, I'm not going to tell people what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth, and whether you like it or not is up to you. If there was a big explosive there, right? Given my history as a Secret Service agent, and my personal friendship as a director does with the president. Give me one logical, sensible reason we would not have. If you can think of one, there isn't. There in some of these.
If you can think of one reason why we would be lying to you, you let me know. But I can't think of one reason why I would clearly lie to you about this. If you can give me one shred of evidence that we are clearly lying. I mean, in fairness, Dan Bongino doesn't notice that Kash Patel's eyes are bugging out of his head because he's about to lose his shit, biting his tongue on this thing. They both went in on the same premise that Epstein is worth talking about. You do not let that go. They get in there. There's no there. Why would we lie to you?
Logical, sensible reason we would not have. If you can think of one, there isn't. Why
would I lie? I mean, come up with one reason. Why would I do it?
I can think of a lot of reasons why you wouldn't lie. Your life was threatened. Your children's lives were threatened. Who are they threatened by, Dan? There's a lot of reasons why you would lie. There's infinitely more reasons why you would lie than why I don't know. I just once again don't understand why they don't just shut the fuck up sometimes and come up with better lies. That's all I want. I just want my elites to lie a little bit better. Go back to lying a little better.
Not there. And I know people. I get it. I understand. It's not there. If it was there, we would have told you.
That's it. That's the extent of his argument. Trust me, bro. It's not there. Trust the plan. Trust Roseanne. Trust me, bro. It's not there. We looked at it, and we can't tell you anything other than trust me because you know that I'm a trustworthy source. It's almost like they were put into the positions that they were because Donald Trump's administration or whoever's controlling those strings saw these two characters and was like, the people trust you. The people trust you to be honest. The people trust you to tell the truth. And then they get in there and literally all they have is continue trusting me while I tell you nothing. Trust me, there's nothing there. And if you have any thoughts, go ahead. I've rambled a lot.
No, just that's funny that, yeah, I'm sure some of these people in real time discover that they are going from influencer job to influencer job. Mm-hmm. Except You have to say the line by law. They're doing this shit to fucking Tulsi right now. This is how you neutralize maybe some of these people. She was giving speeches 2 months ago talking about how, the Trump campaign made all these promises kept, all this stuff. People don't want regime change wars. They don't want wars of aggression, all this stuff.
Yep.
The joke is, and I don't know how factual this is, but the word around town is Tulsi, the director of national intelligence, the DNI, they call her the DNI, do not invite. So all these talks with Marco Rubio and fucking, these vicious neocons in the room with Trump, Lindsey Graham, who's just fucking bouting off every fucking day, just is loving
You're not in the
life.
club.
You're not in the club. Keep her out of here. You don't think Lindsey Graham?
We used you to be a Democratic figure that we convinced, like, we've got even the Democrats on our side. We've got Tulsi Gabbard. Fuck you. Fuck you. Once you're in there, thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. Please leave whenever you're ready, and we'll replace you with somebody who's more of a shitbag. But for now.
And absolutely. And RFK is another great example. Now, I think it's perfectly appropriate to say, oh, look, Health and Human Services switched up the food pyramid. And it's not the absolute shit that it was from 1965. It's better today. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Trump has done some good things, I guess. You can point that out when it happens. But if you're still on MAGA, if you're waving that flag like Cat Turd or fucking Gunther Eagleman or something like that, you
or Austin Peterson.
Fuck. Go look in the Ron Paul comments when he puts out like a consistently great Ron Paul video about the same thing he's been talking about for 40 years. And you got all these dickheads, probably anywhere from probably 19 to 70 years old. Fuck you. Time for you to retire. You don't know
libtard. Fuck you, libtard. We support pedos.
These people, that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's just no hope, there's no point in trying to rehabilitate these people or save these people. That took me a long time. I had a whole save these people mentality for a good portion of my adult life.
For libertarians and Republicans and Democrats all alike.
Right. If you just hear this beautiful philosophy, we can all get along and everybody can have their own thing. I don't care. It's so far beyond gone because all they have to do is just re-brainwash another generation of retards, and they're worse than the other ones. They're worse. It's like multiplicity. It's a worse copy.
Yep.
And, you didn't see that the Department of Homeland Security would turn into a fucking, totalitarian national police force? We did when I didn't have a gray hair on my head.
Yeah.
So fuck them.
Agreed. Fuck them. Sorry, boomers, but your guy's a clown. Your guy got into power. Your guy relinquished power. And then you're applauding him for relinquishing power because in your eyes, that means he's back. Cutesy time is over. Now that he's relinquished his power, Dan Bongino has more power than ever. Just fucking make it make sense. Like, your guy had power. He did have power behind the mic. And yes, when he was your favorite TV show host, you liked him and he tickled your pickle in the right rah-rah America way that made you happy. But you thought, just as we did, that if that guy, even us disagreeing with him a lot more than you did, that guy with his views that he told you were the truth and you need to not let this go, if that guy got in there, he would do something. Give us something. Give us a name. Give us something. On this topic in particular, I know there were so many other child trafficking rings or whatever that they supposedly shut down at the border or something. Good, great. If that's true, it seems like a way of being like, yeah, that giant, obvious, glaring pedophile ring that we're all supporting right now. Look over here. We're shutting down pedos. We're anti-pedo. Just don't look at my friends too hard. But the flail is great, and we're going to talk about the flail now because it starts with this video that came out. I don't know who made this, but Dan Bongino shared it on his X account, and let's just watch.
He possessed the love of the people, the fortune, the glory. The roar of the Colosseum was his daily bread. But duty is a jealous mistress. He walked away, descended into the belly of the beast, to serve a higher cause, to fight the wars no one sees.
What are they? What were the wars? I mean, great. This is great propaganda. Good job. If there was anything to show for the year that he spent in the office fighting the wars that no one sees, I know we're not allowed to see them. We're just supposed to trust him, but that's great. Keep going.
He hunted wolves in the dark. And though the victories were great, they were won in silence. The people cannot cheer for what they cannot see. They did not hunger for whispers or quiet victories.
I'll be honest, I didn't actually watch this whole video. I just watched like the first couple seconds. I'm like, boomer cringe, and then I commented on it and started railing on it. It's worse than I thought. It's worse than it's more honest than I thought, because they're like talking about the actual going to the belly of the beast and coming back, but it's like, but he didn't do anything. And it's more honest. Like, by honest, I mean, it's more honest in that they're just straight up saying, you're not allowed to know about what Dan Bongino did at all as the FBI director. Just know. It was amazing. It was badass. He was kicking ass, taking names. We can't give you a single name. We can give you some redacted ones, but we can't give you a single name that Dan Bongino kicked ass in. But like, they're just saying that. Like, you're not allowed to know.
Victories. They needed to see the blood. They needed to hear the steel. They starved for the roar. The time for silence is over. The gladiator has returned.
And to use the line, "Are you not entertained?" Like, that just seems a little too telling also. Like, I'm here for entertainment. I always was. I always will be. I was in the White House for entertainment because you guys got your jollies off knowing that your guy was in there. Are you not entertained? That's their big win.
Is this not why you were here?
Good job, Dilly meme team.
Absolutely just himself, bro. You said it earlier about, I think you mentioned, like, this wouldn't be so bad if he just retired in shame. Dissident Media had a great tweet about this. The very real possibility that Dan changed his story because Epstein, that whole shit, maybe he got threats made on his family or whatever else. But if you're going to come out, not just come out with like, oh, I'm back and everybody's in trouble and playtime, cutesy time is over, and this is all like pretty gay, bro, that video was homosexual pornography. And the people that share it are fucking gay. Gayer than anything Chase Oliver ever put out into the ethos. That is so fucking
Nazi fags.
Terrible. He shared it. I can't believe he shared it. That's just unbelievable. He deserves all the wrath. No wonder he's blocking everybody. It's so transparent.
And to be clear, I would bet money that you're absolutely right. And I've had a couple actually decent interactions with people who were like Bongino sympathetic a little bit. They're like, I had some people that were, at least one guy who was like, well, that he was probably threatened, had to read the script and everything. I don't think that this is the Bongino that we put in there. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bongino's a bitch. Like, yes, I can almost guarantee, I would stake money on Bongino has seen many, many things that he's not allowed to talk about for fear of his life or his children's lives or some sort of threat, maybe some sort of dirt that they have on him. Who knows? But Bongino is in the inner club now, and somebody's got something on him for him to go from being do not let this go to please fucking let this go to you're evil, like getting out and being like, you're the bad guy, you're black-pilled, you're a grifter if you don't let this go. Yes, he was threatened. Now, there's only a couple things that Dan Bongino can do with that information. Like, he can, when he leaves, he's got a couple options. He can go back on the air and try his best to block everyone, which this is the choice that he's chosen, to block everyone that points out the obvious lies that he told while he was in his position of power, and then hope and pray that enough dumbasses trust him that he can still keep a show going and just keep blocking anybody that disagrees with him until he gets a brand back that is reputable enough that he can sell some dick pills to boomers. But there's another option. If he was threatened, he could not lie to you some more. He could be a decent human. He could just go off into the woods somewhere and be the tough alpha man that he pretends to be and build a log cabin with his 2 bare hands and die with his secrets because he's too much of a coward to actually do the thing that he was hired to do by us. That's another option. That might be the best option because Dan Bongino gets to live, but he's not going and lying to your face and taking your money and telling you that you should trust us, trust the plan anymore. That would be one option, probably the best option. There's one option more, and that is to die. To fucking die on the hill of being an honest human because you said you were going to do a thing. You got into the position of power. Yes, your life is probably threatened right now, but you did say that. And if you want any shred of credibility, you're going to die on that hill because that's your brand. That's your entire brand is truth and honesty and tough guy. And I'm going to expose the deep state. I'm going to expose this to that. If that's you, if that's really who you are deep down, then you would die to tell everybody exactly what you saw, come hell or high water. And instead, you chose option number 2, which is be a little fucking bitch, block everybody that disagrees with you on the internet. I got blocked, you got blocked, everybody got blocked. And I've even got one of his tweets when he came back. His returning tweet was, "Fuck you guys." It was like, "I'm so glad to be back, but fuck any of you guys who disagree because I'm gonna block your asses." He literally came out and announced in his return, "I have no intention of being honest about this. I have no intention of answering your many, many, many obvious glaring questions or addressing the elephant in the room. I'm going to let you know that as the tough guy that I am, I will block you if you have anything to say about how bad this shit show of me being in the administration and coming back was." And instead, we've got a whole lot of people, like he's sharing people like the misfat patriot or whatever, while he's blocking people like you and me and anybody who's anybody at all who's posting memes or questioning this. It's just the bitchiest possible look that he could possibly have chosen, and he's just going full bore. And he probably has nothing to lose because he probably does have a handful of boomers that'll pay his rent for the rest of his life and just insist that he's been honest and he's doing his best. But I'm sorry, but your best, at best, would be to do nothing. Go away forever. Your real best, that I don't even ask of anybody, is to die a martyr on the hill of the truth that you staked your entire brand on. That's all I'm asking. You pretended to, so follow through. That's all. Any thoughts, Dave?
Yeah. Did you see him going at Dave Smith over the past day or two?
I've seen him going at everybody. I don't know if I saw specifically the Dave Smith one.
You should just if you can peruse Dave's Twitter at the moment, check it out. But he, like the rest of the people that start to go after Dave Smith, just refer to some comedian who's leading the legion of black pillars. And that's the real problem, you see. It's not the genocide. It's the black-pilled comedian podcasters, right? And he ended up mentioning Dave's kids. Like, oh, if your wife and your family... Oh, bro, it's kind of crazy. And I got to, again...
There's been so much. He's been going after everybody because everybody's been going after him. So I totally missed the Dave Smith one if it got that heated.
Well, the takeaway from me, again, is that, one, Dave Smith is way over the target. And that's great because that means that our message is way over the target. But yeah, he goes, Dave said, "Holy fucking crash out. Are you seriously posting about my children at 7 a.m.? Keep repeating your dumbass boomer Shinebox line. I'm not the one who got ordered to go lie to the public and said, yes, sir. Scared? Come see me, bitch. I will end your career and you know it. Run away, little girl." To which Dan Bongino responded, "Tell your family."
Sorry. Need a moment for that.
Bongino goes, "Tell your family to blink twice if they need my help. I'll get right over there." He said, "I'll get right over there, bro. If you don't understand that these people," again, anybody watching the show knows, "but these are cold, heartless fucking killers who all serve the same master." So you can read that like somebody who blue-pilled reads words, or you can read through those lines, which you should be able to do by now. So yeah, shit's getting hot. Dave Smith is, again, I'm just so grateful that he is saying heroic, brave shit, dude.
Yeah,
And
why
the
is Dave
I am
Smith
for-
always the bad guy? That should be your indicator. Like on everything from COVID to now, like Epstein, everything. Like Israel, you can have your disagreements with Dave. Even I have my own disagreements with Dave, but there is a reason why every single time there's a new hot topic, Dave Smith's name comes up as the comedian who doesn't matter, his opinion doesn't matter, and you shouldn't listen to him. Like every single topic that Dave Smith has a strong stance on, the establishment says, don't listen to that guy, he's stupid. That's all I need to know.
It's crazy that Dave Smith is in that bunch of people. Like the deputy director of the FBI who just resigned in disgrace, his first mission, and believe me, it's a fucking mission. You're an influencer before, and now you still are one. Your first is to go take this guy out. Why? Because you got other people trying to take out Candace Owens and
Right.
Tucker Carlson, the people who 6 months ago, a year ago, were just fine to promote as long as they don't have this one opinion about this one thing. And then they have to be public enemy number one. And I don't think all these people are created persons like Daily Wire is trying to do with this bitch right now to go after Candace. But I think it's more like what they do with somebody like Tim Pool, where they create their own space. And then if you want to keep playing, they send in a guy, kind of like,
you've reached the end of your independent thought. You can keep playing if you like, but you need to take a couple shekels to do so.
People here, I'm sure, have read the book Diary of an Economic Hitman. You don't think that they'll send in a guy or a force of people to countries to make sure that, hey, are you interested in playing ball? No? We'll escalate this to level 2, 3, and 4 then. Of course they'll do it with an individual, Candace Owens, Tucker, Dave. Of course.
Right.
Of course. That's so much easier. But the play is the same. So God bless Dave Smith, man. He's absolutely heroic shit right now.
Absolutely. And it shows also in that, again, the reason why Kash Patel and Dan Bongino were praised going in by a lot of influencers like us and Dave Smith and others, Clint Russell, many people were like, these guys are based enough that it's better than anything we've ever had. And a lot of that has to do with them being online influencers before. Like the establishment saw that there's value in these people that are speaking truth to power on the internet. That's where people are turning to for their information now. So what we need to do is get a couple of those people of influencer truth-telling power who are just on the fence enough that we can throw them the right amount of money or the right amount of threats to get them to say what we want. I mean, I do kind of applaud Dan Bongino for, I would imagine probably he's seen enough and he's like, I got to get out while I still can. I can't be this can't be my career because the stakes are too high or the ask is way too high. So I need to get out and do whatever I can to salvage whatever I have left of credibility. I think that's probably what's happening. And I do, Kash Patel's still in there telling the lies, telling the bullshit. Dan Bongino's out now, just spreading the same bullshit in a different package. But yeah, and for him, after all that he's seen, after all he's been through, for him, when he gets out, it's funny that I keep saying gets out as though he was like in prison or something. That's kind of what it feels like. It's kind of what he's making it out to be, is like, and his people are making it out to be, now he can finally be an honest human. It's like, wait, wasn't he supposed to be an honest human while he was in the office? And also for them to use the boomers to use the cutesy time is over phrase. Like, that's the phrase that Dan Bongino used when he went from podcaster to guy in office who has political power. He said, cutesy time is over. Now we're going to do the real thing. And for them to use it now, it's like, was cutesy, if you're saying now cutesy time is over, does that mean it was just cutesy time still while he was in the White House? And he was just doing, I would say, yeah, cutesy time is over, Dan Bongino, because it's not about as you said, the black pillars and grifters. Like, that was his main, after seeing all the evils in the world, peeking behind the curtain, he came back out to declare war on black pillars and grifters trying to hijack MAGA, which is just the same as fucking James Lindsay being like, you guys are the woke right because you disagree with us on Israel and this topic and that topic. I mentioned it earlier. Should show it here. Here's Dan Bongino's coming back message. He says, good to see you all. I missed you. Thanks for everything. Well, we worked on cleaning up. Working in the administration was the experience of a lifetime. I'll have some announcements coming up, but I'm taking a couple days to spend with the family. A couple things. Thank you for your interest in the show and its return date. We will have something for you soon. The Trump team is not kidding around. Whoop, what's happening? The Trump team is not kidding around. It's an otherworldly experience from the other side. He's determined and focused, and having been around quite a few presidents, this one broke the mold. If we blocked you, and this, again, is in like his first message back. Hello, welcome back. Donald Trump's doing a great job. Now, just one more thing, real quick, should let you know. If we blocked you, it's because we care so little about your bullshit that we deem it not worthy of even seeing. If you're bitching and whining about it, that means you can't exist without seeing and commenting on ours. You'll need to get over that. We do it because there's nothing black pillars and anti-Trumpers want more than to create division and drama. We're about results, and we'll talk about some of it soon. Trust us, bro. We've got a lot of... Trust us. It's good things coming, but if you ask us too many questions, we're going to block your ass. But trust us. Trust it. It's just the same message all the way through. Nothing. That had nothing. Trust me, Donald Trump's doing a great job. If you saw what I saw, you would know that Donald Trump's doing the best that he could, and I was doing the best that I can. Trust me, bro. Stop being a black pillar. Stop being a doomer and a grifter. It's like your entire thing was a grift. You haven't done anything. You talked about a thing that you didn't do to get into a position that you did nothing with, and now you're grifting back out and saying you're wrong if you notice that thing happened that I did. It's just so stupid.
This is what could happen if you just continue to fake it till you make it. You play a tough guy long enough, and
there is an end to that.
Tough guy on TV, right? And then they hire you to do the tough guy job, and then it makes you cry on TV, and oh my god, it's so stressful. Right. And then you quit, and then you come back, and you go, I handled the tough shit. Now I'm back to do even tougher shit.
Yeah,
tough guy. Like it's
exhausting. It's almost like you're an actor. You're an actor who played a role, and your role at one point was like hard, scrappy, tough guy who was like, I'm going to get every role that I can. I'm going to go far in this business. I've got a plan. I know what I'm doing. Headstrong, whatever. Then you took the role in Hollywood. You took the big lead role, but in order to do so, you had to like blow 5 dudes behind a Denny's or something and like offer up your first kid. And then you got that role in the movie, and you were a shit actor because you were all talk before, and you were just getting a lot of like crappy little lead roles, and now you're in the big leagues where you suck the dicks and you're ready for the big game, but then you actually get there and you actually can't act. You just suck the dicks. And then you're like, and then suddenly you put out your first movie that you were in that, it goes into theaters and it's a big fucking deal and people talk about it on the internet finally. And they don't like your movie. They don't like the acting role that you played, and they pan it. And then you're the Rotten Tomatoes, reviewers who were like, it's just because you're a racist and a sexist that you didn't like my movie and that role that I played. But the difference is it was never supposed to be a movie. This is your reality that you have created. You the character of Dan Bongino is you. You have created that as you. So we're supposed to trust you as a human on top of your acting role. But at the very best, you acted very poorly, got fired, and now you're just like, stop judging me. I had one shot in Hollywood, and I fucked it up. And then, he goes back to his crappy little roles, and he will fade into obscurity, because I can't imagine why anybody will listen and take information from the guy who got the role, lied to your face blatantly, multiple times, repeated times. I have another one here. I could play, but we'll save you. Multiple times said, there's nothing there. Trust us, bro. Donald Trump's right. He's still saying Donald Trump's right. While Donald Trump went back and forth on the Epstein stuff. Like, you can just stake it all on this one topic alone. This one topic that we put you in there for, that's the one topic we care about, and the one topic that you're going to sync with. I'm sorry, but I do want to play this clip from Dave Smith talking about it recently, because, Dan Bongino invoked Dave Smith, apparently, so why not get Dave Smith's thoughts?
We watched you lie through your teeth. Look, he said, I've seen the files. He killed himself. I just want you to think about this, okay? Dan Bongino, after talking about this all the time, and you saw him right there in the clip saying, don't let up. Don't let up on the Epstein thing. We got to keep talking about this. None of this makes sense. What you didn't see there is he even went as far as one time on the Tim Pool show, he said, He said, I have it on good authority that Jeffrey Epstein worked for Middle Eastern intelligence. Could be any of those Middle Eastern countries, of course. But so he said all that. Then he goes in there. He says, I've seen the files. He killed himself. That was approximately 2 months before the official position of the administration was that the files don't exist. They said he's seen the files and he killed himself. And by the way, as you know, because we followed this whole crazy train, right? You know, the end result of it is that the bill passed. The files are to be released. Great. So now we all get to see it, right? I mean, I understand they just missed a deadline, but of course this administration is that they ran on being the most transparent administration in history, right? So we're going to get all that information. So this will be great. So let's see what Dan Bongino saw. I mean, Dan Bongino, by the way, you're coming back to podcasting now. The files have been declassified. I'm not a lawyer, but pretty sure you can tell us now. It's not classified information anymore. You can tell us exactly what you saw, exactly how you were able to look the American people in the eye and guarantee and promise that he killed himself. And you know that for a fact. I mean, you must have seen some really strong evidence in order to know that for a fact. What we've seen so far is a fake AI image of Epstein attempting to kill himself in some way in his cell, but it was clearly determined that that wasn't a real video. So what is it that you saw, Dan? I mean, look, dude, if you want to come back into this world, in this world here, as you knew before you went into government, in this world, the currency is honesty. The currency is the truth. So tell us, man. You went into government, looked us all in the eye, and made up a big, fat fucking lie that you don't know. And you know it. You know you did that. So now you think you're going to be the one to come back into this, you know, the podcasting game, and you're going to be policing this space?
You think you're going to come into my house, nigga, and just start fucking talking?
Like, okay.
Sorry.
No, that was it anyway. Yeah,
that's
like,
great.
Well, it's funny because at the time when Dan Bongino went into the White House, he was a bigger podcaster than Dave Smith is. And then since then, Dave Smith's continued being honest, while Dan Bongino has been more cucked than he's ever been and has to do exactly what he's told. So, yeah, now Dave Smith, like, you're coming back into my territory where truth is currency. Where, you know, if you're not telling the truth, people pick up on that really quickly on the internet. Maybe it's all the vaccines that caused all the autism that make us, or maybe all the Tylenol that make us all like, hey, that seems like AI. That seems uncanny valley. That character that you're putting on there that is clearly fucking lying. And now that you're back down here, bro, you're back down here with the plebs, with the podcasters, and you can pretend like that's a win all you want, but now you are beholden to us once again. I know it should be that you're more beholden to us as somebody that we helped get appointed to a position of authority. You should be more beholden to the people at that point, but clearly you weren't. Now you have to answer to us, and you don't have this shield of it's classified, bro. I can't share anything. Like, anything from here forward, Dan Bongino can share. He's not under any sort of as Dave Smith said, I'm no lawyer, but I would imagine that the whatever it's called, the silencing clause in the contract where you can't talk about stuff, even if you like go with Dave Smith, like, yeah, it's been all declassified, whatever. Even if he can't talk about the Epstein stuff, anything that Dan Bongino learns from the moment he left office to now, he can share with you. So if he's still not willing to, then it should be a big red flag. There should be enough red flags at this point, but boomers are just like colorblind or something. They just see a flag wave and they salute it because Dan Bongino is a cop who works for the government, therefore good guy. And it will be fun to watch and see how long it takes the boomers to start waking up too. Because I would imagine, credit to the boomers on this. Like, not credit, but I don't hold it that much against you if you haven't been paying that close attention and you thought Dan Bongino was a great guy, and then he got in there and, as the Gladiator video said, you didn't hear much, and now he's back out and you're just excited because your favorite TV show is back on the internet that makes you go, yay. Yeah, I understand that, but you're probably thinking, yay, my favorite TV show is back, and it's got a lot of new information that it's going to share with me. It hasn't started yet, so I don't like to make too many predictions, but it seems, based on his infinite ban hammer that blocks everybody who even mentions the Epstein files, it just seems to me that, let me know if you're still on the Dan Bongino army, and let me know when you exit. And I won't say I told you so, but I'll just tell you now. I told you so. He wasn't going to say anything. He's not going to say anything. It's going to be propaganda, just the worst propaganda, where he's trying to make money. That's it. He's trying to make money. He's trying to make money off of the credibility that he supposedly has from when he lied to you. And he's going to hope and pray that he blocks enough people that you forget that he lied to you. But he lied to you, and he's still lying to you, and he's going to lie to you. Any thoughts, Dave? I have big thoughts on this.
Like, you know me, bro. I like to big picture it. The Dan Bongino show and the Charlie Kirk show, and to some extent, the United States of America, are all like whale carcasses, dead, washed up on the beach, but that can provide sustenance for other creatures for some time to come. They're already dead. They're dead, but they can provide.
I mean, it's providing us sustenance. We're feeding on the corpse of Dan Bongino's credibility.
Right. Now, Dan Bongino himself, this is interesting. He's feeding on his own corpse.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk show, you have Turning Point USA and his widow that are devouring that. But it will come to a point where even the carcass will be gone and back into nature, and there won't be anything to do with it. Same for the United States as it, races towards oblivion.
Yeah.
Destruction. But the people will grift. As long as there's something to grift on, make money on, they will do it.
Yep.
So,
and for him to come back and be like, I'm waging war on the grifters, it's kind of like James Lindsay being like, I'm against the woke. Even though I'm a former Democrat who called everybody Nazis, now I'm a Republican calling everybody Nazis. Like, all right.
It's exactly like that. And by the way, I saw Michael Malice just had James Lindsay on, and I didn't watch it yet, but I'm going to watch it. And if he doesn't give him any kind of pushback for being a total fraud bitch, and you know what? Just as a homie of Dave Smith, if you don't say anything about, bro, this fucking woke right shit is absolute bullshit. You wrote a book on the new right.
Yep.
So if
I'll be honest, I haven't listened to Malice in a while because of these reasons. Like, you have people on that you disagree vehemently with, and then you hide behind, well, I'm just a polite interviewer, and I just want to have a happy conversation. It's like, well, then why bring on people who vehemently, supposedly disagree with you on things that you've written books on?
Yeah, and I'm not saying you shouldn't debate people that you disagree with. I love that. But when you see a fraud or a disinformation agent,
right,
and you consider yourself an anarchist, an activist, or anything, whatever, in that realm, and you don't say you're a fucking fraud, then I question you, dude.
Or at least question them on their flagrant, fraudulent behavior.
Give me something, dude. Don't just have on big names for the sake of do something. Again, maybe he did say something, so I don't want to go too far, but
sure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Is what it is. And I also don't want to be the guys who are like, you can't platform that guy unless you say it the way I want you to say it. But it's like, I just don't care. If you're just going to have happy conversations with people that you disagree with on big issues, and you're just having them on because people know that you disagree with them on big issues, but then you show up and it's just, hey, what'd you have for dinner? I just don't care. You do what you want. That's fine. It's free market. You do what you want. It just doesn't seem interesting to me. Much like Dan Bongino. Back to Dan Bongino. I thought this post was worth a share. He said, digital. Okay, before I read this one, I need to give you my premise because, it's a long one and it's worth thinking about this going into it. Dan Bongino in this post sounds to me like a woman. He sounds like a woman who got caught cheating on her significant other, and now she's got every key buzzword that she's heard on her whatever feminist blog or whatever. She's got every key buzzword to use to try and muddle the situation just enough to make it sound like she's the victim after she just cheated on you. That's what Dan Bongino sounds like to me, like somebody who's about to be a life coach or something, who doesn't have anything figured out in their own life. But Dan Bongino said, digital astroturfing 101, buzzword number 1. If you're into gaslighting, buzzword, blackpilling, buzzword, and bullshitting, one of the most efficient ways to do it is through digital astroturfing, buzzword. Digital astroturf, now he's got to explain it, because that's how you know when somebody's talking out their ass, is when they're like, clearly, this is this. Now, let me explain exactly what that is and why it defends my point. That thing I just said that you have never heard and doesn't really fucking matter because I made it up. Digital AstroTurf pros use a combination of bots, paid influence, campaigns, and useful idiots to give the appearance of an authentic movement. It's a fraud. It's always been a fraud. It's been on and off of this platform for 15 years, and I've seen it come and go. AstroTurf zeros love to tell people to, quote, read the room. Yeah, that's the big evil. Recommending, hey, bro, look around. Everybody's calling you retarded, and you're saying the same thing. Read the room. AstroTurf zeros love to tell people to, quote, read the room, but when the room is actually read, they ignore it because the mask comes off. When the room is actually read, they ignore it because the mask comes off. Wow, that's some gaslighting bullshit in a post about gaslighting. Even CNN was forced to acknowledge the divide is bullshit. So the divide, I assume he's talked about in the conservative Republican GOP movement. He says, bottom line, friends, don't let friends buy into black pill bullshit. Have a great day. So it's really just, I heard about this astroturfing thing, and I know I'm an authority figure on it now. Astroturfing zeros love to tell people to read the room when it's clear that I'm making an ass of myself. That's gaslighting, for you to notice that I'm being an asshole. Like, this is some bitch shit. I didn't write that song with the AI at the beginning of this and title this Dan Bongino is a bitch just because he quit and lied to your face. Like, the bitchery continues. Like, he's doing literal bitch shit now, using like just made up terms to be like, see, you're a part of that. Let me explain to you why you're a part of that and what that is, that thing that you've never heard of. And then you'll just know that me as the authority have cast you out of society. I feel like Dan Bongino is self-exiling himself from society. He's just blocking every single human. Like, he's just creating his own bubble. He's basically making that cabin in the woods that I said he should go just hang out and die alone in a cabin in the woods and keep his thoughts to himself for the rest of his life. He's basically doing that by just blocking the entire internet from disagreeing with him so he can just live in his little cocoon of trust me, bro. Trust me, bro.
And you know what, bro? The part that I find the most insulting about that tweet and stuff like that, it's the typical, it's not just bullshit, but it's doublespeak. He was the FBI deputy director. You are very aware, as we are, that yes, there are disinformation campaigns. They do use bot armies employed by governments. They do use useless idiots and stooges and shills to pump their stupid fucking disinformation across the interwebs. You know that. We know that. Except you're not saying who's doing it. And it just so happens to be the same people that you were protecting as FBI deputy director from facing any kind of Epstein justice. You sick fuck.
Yep. Yeah. It's bitch shit. It's gaslighting. It's saying, it's not only gaslighting, it's saying that you're gaslighting if you notice me gaslighting. And that's a gaslighting tactic. And if you say, Dan Bongino, you're gaslighting, he'll say, that's what gaslighters do. They try to insist that the other person is gaslighting them. It's like, yes, Dan, that's what you're doing. You're gaslighting. All we want is an ounce of logic, an ounce of truth, an ounce of credibility, an ounce of justice. Like, Ed, you were employed for justice. You were employed to be this guy that was going to shake shit up and be the bull in the china shop that Donald Trump pretended to be every time. And you did. You became the exact same bull in the china shop who goes in and is just like just a bitch. And please don't notice that I'm a bitch or you're a black pillar. You're a doomer. If you think that I'm lying, you're lying. Shut up. I don't like you. That's your
I don't
your
care that
gladiator
20
hero.
million people 20 million people called me a bitch, so I blocked them, but I don't care that they said it. I think you might. I think your family cares, and you're very stressed. You're very shook, and you hate your life right now, and I'm sorry for whatever situation you got yourself in, but you're not helping your situation.
Yeah. Not helping anything, really. Only hurting, but enjoy, boomers. I did say that we were going to talk about the ICE shooting, and I don't have a ton on it. I just wanted your thoughts so we can end on that. But this ICE shooting, I don't honestly know. So it seems like a woman was evading arrest, and she drove, and there was an ICE agent in front of the car. So now they're saying that they were justified to shoot her in the face because she drove at the guy who was in front of the car because she was trying to get away. And I mean, libertarians are taking all the different stances on this, and I don't know. Like, for me, it's honestly hard to care, and I do care. I care that a person was shot in the face, because if it is what it kind of looks like, and there wasn't to me, I don't think yet a very justified reason to shoot this person in the face. That's not my version of immigration control. Shooting people that are like, please don't send me back. Bang. All right. Well, you were evading arrest. If that's what it is, I don't like it. And also, there's something that comes to mind for me. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, it's like deported more people than Donald Trump. Like, the immigration thing, that is what MAGA seems to be staking their entire claim on now. And they're like, yeah, obviously this person was a bad person because they were evading arrest and they tried to hit a police officer, and so she must be shot in the face and executed on the spot. It's like, because if you bring up like the Epstein stuff or Donald Trump's faults or anything, they're always like, well, at least he's good on the immigration. It's that what we've got left, because he doesn't seem to be that much better on the immigration stuff. No, I don't think any of us were voting for shoot people in the face if they don't leave the country when you ask them politely to. Some of us think that there is an immigration problem and the border should be closed off or monitored to some degree, and I think that's fine. And some people should be deported, and we can definitely start with the people who are violent and end up in our court systems and get put back out on the streets. We can definitely start with them. I don't think anybody was voting for, we're going to deport fewer people than either of the Democrat people that I pretend were betraying the United States by not building a wall and having cages and whatnot. Like, it's just back and forth. They do the same thing. But on this one thing in particular that seems to be the only thing that MAGA has left to hang their hat on, he's deporting more people. He's not deporting more people. He's not only not deporting more people, we're just shooting innocent people in the face, because that's where this regime's at. Instead, we're deporting fewer people, killing people, cages still, and not really shutting down the border as far as I can tell. And not only that, but we're setting up H1 or B visas for more immigrants that check the certain boxes. And now we've even got, there's a thing like this last week that came out that there's one of the provisions for like migrating people in. Like, we have one sort of visa that's just for like people who are of the arts, people who are like, if there's a Michelangelo or somebody that wants to come in, like, because you've contributed so much glory and beauty and godliness to society, we will let you in based on that. And now we're to the point where that's literally being used because somebody was an OnlyFans content creator. Somebody took their pants off and filmed it. And so now we can just let them in. So all that to say, he's not only not better, he's kind of worse on who he's letting in and what's happening. And we're shooting people in the face, trying to justify it. And it's not gone down. There's been no win here as far as Donald Trump. I'm not saying Joe Biden did right or Barack Obama did right. They did terribly, abysmally, but they didn't run on Donald Trump's extreme platform of, we're going to close up the wall, we're going to stop this violence, we're going to clean up the streets, we're going to do this, that. They didn't run on those things like Donald Trump did. He did, and now we are just like desperately shooting people in the face to prove that we did something with this getting people out of our country shtick, just to be able to say that we did. That's it. That's what it feels like to me. Any thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, that's another one of the defining traits of the Trump experience is that they are the best I've ever seen at making things seem like they are in ways that they are not. So, we're the most transparent. Right. We're, the peace candidates or something, when obviously like that's not on the agenda at all. Or we're going to close the border, or we're going to, like you said, we're going to kick out more people than anybody when in fact it's less. But it's the way that they frame it, the way that they show what they want to show and don't show what they don't. Mm-hmm. But with the ICE thing, man, this is one of those things where, like, again, yeah, kind of like you, like I almost don't want to express my opinion. I'm not going to take a hardline position on that. Like there's so many layers to it. Like, where should we go? That ICE shouldn't exist? ICE shouldn't exist because the Department of Homeland Security shouldn't exist and a national police force shouldn't exist. Now, we can go beyond that and go, all right, well, that guy had a job to do and he's bound to do these certain things and he's legally allowed to do this and that. I'm pretty sure that lady who got shot in the face wasn't even an immigrant, but she was there to protest ICE. Okay, I would say to her, though it's too late, that's not the way to fight these people, right?
Clearly.
Now, J.D. Vance went on and did a public statement about, how we are unquestionably supporting ICE and blah, blah, blah. One of the things that he had to say that he thought was noteworthy was that cop who shot that lady in the face, he went through a traumatic experience within a year ago. And why would we put him through anything like this again? Was kind of his thing. It's like, no, dude, maybe he's got an itchy trigger finger. Maybe he could have shimmied to the right and let her go.
Maybe he shouldn't have been on the force because he was triggered, pun intended, triggered by something like, if somebody has been through a traumatic experience that will make them more inclined to shoot without asking questions, that's not a justification. That's a problem.
Yeah, no, she should have paid the consequences. But there were multiple cops there. There's a license plate on that truck, and you could have gotten her later instead of endangering the other people and the dog that was in that car, killing her. Like, that's not what. Again, this is how far we've been degraded. Is that the bloodlust has been generated amongst the American public, amongst the Judeo-Christian American public, to think that it's okay. To think it's okay and preferable because they might have a political opinion or because there's some leftist that you can just murder them in the street.
Yeah.
That's how far gone we are, dude. And I'm not for it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna
It's not only accepted, it's godly. It's godly because evangelicalism is a political movement, and it leans right. It supports cops. It supports war. And it supports whatever the fuck very evangelical Christian Donald Trump says we're supporting today. And J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, and all their lackeys have said, hey, this is what we're doing. Like, you can make the argument, it's not Christian to deport people because Jesus was an immigrant and blah, blah, blah. Sure, whatever. I'm not making that argument. I'm saying that borders, countries, private property has a right to exist, even if it's collective, and you can set up borders and you can keep people out and you can evict people from places that they're not supposed to be. But we're so far beyond that point. Like, now we're just shooting people before. And I don't think it's even necessarily that this person was scared. I think we're just we don't care. We don't care what you do anymore. The problem, the PR problem for Donald Trump, the last thing that MAGA has to hang their hat on is immigration. So you guys have a quota. You guys have a quota to get out there and stop immigration, stop these people. We'll put everybody out there. You've seen the ads. Husbands, fathers, grandfathers, join ICE. Sign up today and we'll pay you money to clean up our streets. Like, these aren't trained individuals. They're asking for anybody to join to do this. That's... Like, there is nuance to this one. It's not Venezuela. Don't fucking steal presidents and bomb them and say that you're in the right. This does have some nuance. Yes, you can clean up the streets. Yes, there should be some sort of authority that says, hey, don't do that, or don't be here if you're not supposed to be. We can debate all day about what exactly that looks like. I don't think shooting people in the streets because and yes, she kind of drove slightly towards the guy and whatever, we can debate that, but I don't think that's what this is. I don't think it was just about somebody feeling threatened and so they're justified. Why was this happening? What was the scenario that led to people being so trigger happy, stopping somebody in her car in the middle of the street to tell her that she's got to go? Did we look at her papers? Like, did we find out that she's a criminal? Because that's how the Republicans are spinning this, like she's a criminal fleeing an arrest. Like, was she a criminal, or was she just at a checkpoint and they were just like, hey, you're at a place that you're not supposed to be, so we need to talk to you? And she's like, no, you're not going to talk to me because you don't have the right. And then they shoot her in the face because she drove off and there was somebody standing in front of her trying to keep her from driving off. I don't know.
Listen,
there
bro,
is nuance.
Would it make you feel better if she was affiliated with a group that was affiliated with some group that emailed Antifa once? Because that's pretty much all you need. Yeah, they could make it sound like that. Oh yeah, she was an activist for this group that's affiliated with that, so thereby
Venezuela's a bunch of drug terrorists, and Maduro is a narco terrorist, and so we don't need any further justification.
Bro, it should be very clear to Christians that no matter how much you're feeling the intoxication of like the Trump conservative moment, that MAGA has made the Republican Party less conservative in almost any measurable way. Yep. America is not doing less abortions. They are not doing less wars. They are kicking doors down through ICE and everything else. So I think they really need to take some time to examine that, man. Because it's being done in their name and through their party, and people seem to enjoy it. They're liking it, and it's bad.
Yeah, and they will, because that's how the system was designed. It was designed to keep you in one of two boxes. And if you're in one box, you hate the other box. If you're in the other box, you hate this box. And even if you're in the third box, you hate the other two boxes and probably hate yourself. But it's designed to keep people outside of nuance entirely. Dan Bongino is on the good side. He's not a Democrat. Donald Trump is on the good side. He's not a Democrat. How much worse would it be if Kamala Harris and some Democrat were the president and the FBI director? Yeah, it might be worse. It might just be the same bad, but in a different way, which is what it seems like. We just focus on the bad when we're in the White House, and we only do bad. It's just a different brand of bad. Right now, we got to focus on Israel bad. Like we got to support on focusing on Israel. The Democrats didn't do that much. Didn't need to. It wasn't as big of a deal at the time. Now we're focusing on that. Democrats aren't impeaching. Republicans won't impeach. Nobody will actually do anything. And it's all fake, gay, staged, and the system is down.
And they're getting ready, bro. They're gearing up. They can't wait to lose, acting like it's, there's nothing we can do. I'm going to be impeached if we don't do it. They can't wait to lose. They can't wait till Gavin Newsom and all the
Democrats
take over.
Can't wait till they get some victimhood points back.
Bro, that's when they do all their best fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
There's no better grift than victimhood.
Mm-hmm.
They can't wait. And they'll blame
their currency.
Dave Smith they'll blame Dave Smith and Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. The fracturing of the shit, and everybody's black-pilled. That's why we got to raise money for Donald Trump's fucking, JD Vance. Fuck you.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Dan Bongino is now a victim because he was a tough guy, got power, did nothing, and now people are attacking him, so he's a victim. Like, victimhood is their currency. As Dave Smith says, truth is our currency. Here down in the streets, Dan. Welcome back to the streets, where truth is the actual currency rather than victimhood. And you can keep trying and spending those dollars down here in the streets, but turns out that nobody gives a shit about your victimhood. Yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap it. Dan Bongino's a bitch. And I think I'm going to play that song as we go out of here again, because I'm pretty happy with that one. And I wrote a lot of the lyrics, so it's not just an AI song. They wrote the bones. I rewrote all the lyrics, and then I said, hey, rap this real quick 10 minutes before getting on here, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll play that at the end here. But Dave, you got any final thoughts on, I don't know, stealing presidents or bitches on the mic or just shooting people because they're here.
I don't know, man. I'd file a lot of the things we talked about today under, like, I don't know, sad but not surprising.
Yep.
We had a nice euphoric wave of like, maybe could be awesome for like it was a couple months.
It was fun to play pretend.
I appreciate that sugar rush, but I'm back, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And no, you can all get fucked. I'm not coming to any of your campaign shit. I'm not donating to anybody. There's no party I'm interested in.
Massey. Massey's
all right,
it.
bro. I would consider coming back.
I will never come back unless you Massey. Then I'll be fully back. But until then,
right.
No.
Until then, I'm not doing shit for anybody. No, fuck these people, dude. And I've noticed, by the way, I didn't even say it yet today, but you have had some banger tweets lately, like really taken off. I'm really excited to see that. And
got no holds barred anymore, Dave. Like my wife likes me, and I'm not working for anybody but myself anymore. So,
listen, if the only thing that you can get out of this fucking dystopian fucking world that we live in is that you are free enough to tell the truth, that's pretty sweet, dude. Because a lot of people can't even do that. Look at Dan Bongino's fucking mangina that he grew. He can't tell the truth. He's trapped inside that, and it's gonna suck to be him forever. So we got the truth. Go follow me at Dave versus Goliath 1. I've had nothing like your tweets lately. I got to try harder, but some good tweets lately. And dissidentmedia.com. Go follow that.
And you can follow my super spicy, just funny, based tweets at TSIDpod on the X. I'm pretty sure it's a couple of my memes that got me banned from ever speaking to Dan Bongino again. And it really broke my little heart. It wasn't a joyous day, and I didn't share it all over the internet when I did, but this might have been one of the memes that got me kicked off. It's Epstein over Dan Bongino's grave. That's where Dan Bongino's credibility died. Follow me on X at tsidpod.com at tsidpod, or go to thesystemisdown.tv to get the website if people still use that, or wherever the System is Downs are sold. Also at Dissident Media on X, and dissidentmedia.com is where I'm doing a bunch of videos for based fellow people. So go follow us there. And thank you for hanging out today and being here with us on this Friday morning. Sorry we didn't get to any comments because there's a lot to talk about, but thank you for hanging out. I did have one more thing to share here on the way out, unless I closed it, which I did. Yes, this comes from last week's episode. I wanted to bring it up again here on the way out. One more time. From Elon Musk, trust him or don't, he has claimed this the year of intolerance. We are no longer tolerating bullshit. We are no longer tolerating your fake currency of victimhood. We are no longer tolerating your system of just lies and then just expecting us, because it's the most important election of our lifetime. We're no longer tolerating just obvious nonsense that you guys are selling, along with your dick pills and supplements, because you have to pay the bills too. We're not falling for it anymore. We're not tolerating it. And happy year of intolerance, everybody. Love your neighbor. Do good to those around you, who even those who don't like you. But do not tolerate bullshit anymore. Do not tolerate the entire establishment that has been propped up to sell you a line of bullshit and tell you to piss on your leg and tell you that it's not just raining, it's good, it's gold, it's golden shower, golden showers. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you guys next time. Till then, question everything, stay comfortable, be bad, have fun, be intolerant, I guess. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Smash all the like and subscribe buttons, because that's what we say at the end of videos. Good night, everybody.
This concludes our broadcast day.
This has been a Dissident Media production. DissidentMedia.net.
Yeah. You remember that big bad alpha boy tough tough guy act. That Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on it. Cutesy time is over. Yo, I then had juice on the hill, big chair, big bag, front row seat to the secrets in the deep state bags. Where we knew where the bodies, where the names we all buried, then grifted into office and cashed out by February. From trust me, I'll tell you everything to trust me, there's nothing there. Timeline got more retarded than Cash's vacant stare. Tough guy, big fruit, squeezed out by the juice. Whole brand built on truth till he was faced with the proof. You had the power, had the access, man, you cashed that in. Swapped the legacy for shekels like you Mark Levin. All bark, all brand, all gimmick, all grift, all fake, all gay. Bongino looking all bitch.
For my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Crying online like a feminist victim. His friends are all pedos, but he ain't no snitch.
For my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Taking no prisoners, but throwing mad fits. We the people can see Dan Bongino is a bitch. Roll the clip, new script, same rage in the mug. Sip fear, dick pills, sell hate as a drug. He was ride or die truth till he stepped into office. Then he found no proof to avoid his own coffin. He had keys to the curtain where the demons sleep. Watch their names get redacted while he counted his sheep. We asked Dan, what changed? You feeling okay? You got flop sweat pouring down your lizard face. And now it's podcast tears, they're coming from me. From a dark money studio on a gated street. I guess Cutesy time is over with one story to tell. The Bongino army waging war for Israel.
On my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Crying online like a feminist victim. His friends are all pedos, but he ain't no snitch.
On my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Taking no prisoners, but throwing mad fits. We the people can see Dan Bongino is a bitch.
And now you're back down here with the plebs, Danny boy. Play it safe behind the mic like a good little boy. But your skin suit is slipping, your whole grift is only noise. And oh my god, your boomer blocking only brings us all joy. But it's okay, Dan, take a seat and we can show you around. You've been gone a whole year, some things are changing in our town. Our current currency is true, so use a broke-ass clown. While Dan and Dave are still kings, while the system is still down. God, I love this show. Dan Smotz and Dave Casey are great. Isn't Dan Bongino is a little bitch?
If we get